Hello, everybody, and my friends. I am on another adventure, and today's adventure finds me in a little bit different place. I was in Istanbul yesterday. Today, I'm in southern Turkey. I am near the town of Fethiye. We flew into a town called Dalaman, and this is a beautiful, beautiful area. It's like Mediterranean coast. It looks a lot like Greece, and it's just really full of interesting history and architecture. And this is where we're starting our new tour. This is a brand new itinerary, and it's called Turquoise Coast. So we're going to explore the turquoise coast of Turkey all the way up back to Izmir, and we're going to just discover a lot of things that maybe people who've been to Turkey before haven't seen. So, as you know, when we construct tours for my tour company, we always like to do it keeping in mind that we want to do things other people aren't doing. So today I'm at a village near the town of Fethiye, but there's something strange about this village. Notice this village has no people living in it. It's almost in good condition in the sense that it's still put together, but this huge, huge village here is a result of a population exchange. So this took place in the early 20th century, around the time of the First World War. During that time, nationalism was on the rise across Europe, and the Ottoman Empire was no different. They wanted to have Turkey for Turkish people. Now, of course, that's awful, and there's a lot of bad things that happened with relationship to that. But in this particular place, what happened was that there were Greek people that lived here, and because they were ethnically Greek, they were asked to leave. So they had to leave immediately, more or less. As our guide was just telling us, there was sort of a soft policy at first, and then a hard policy where they just marched people out of their towns. So really, it's a ghost town. It's a ruined town. Now have a look. What's kind of fascinating about it is because people moved out of here so quickly, they left everything behind. But what's special about this particular one versus other cities, because there are quite a few cities like this in Turkey that had Greek populations that had to leave immediately. This one's unusual because it was never re-inhabited. Of course, if you're going to have a whole bunch of homes available with stuff in them, many people would just move straight away. But the locals here apparently thought that the town was haunted by the people who had possibly died on their way out of town, because some people in this relocation effort died because they were relocated by pretty fearsome means. So that's what makes this place kind of unusual and special, is that it's an intact town that was never re-inhabited again. The one thing you'll probably notice, though, is that it's missing something universally. It's missing all the doors and windows. Our guide was telling us that the reason is that in later years, people needed doors and windows when they were building new towns, and so they came up here, and there was nobody living here, and so they just scavenged. Just sort of like the Roman Forum. They came up here and they took everything they needed. So, kind of a sad and interesting story. There's a lot of stuff here in Turkey that's kind of hard to talk about because there's a big disagreement about what is the definition of genocide, what is the definition of relocation. So it's a little sensitive. You have to be careful the way you talk about it. But this is the result from the early 1900s. So I'm heading down here. This is actually owned by the state now, and it's a place that visitors can come and have a nice hike, and you can see the expanse of this town. It's really huge. I'm going to head back down this way, though. Oh, it's so nice here. Look, you can see the plaster on the walls still. So it's modern-day ruins. Today here in Fethiye, it is probably around 85 degrees. Beautiful day. So I wanted to come down here and introduce you to one of my friends who is waiting for me. Hopefully, he's got a coffee for me because I am tired. We've taken a lot of flights since Wednesday when we left, so let's go find out if there's a coffee available for me. So down here they have a little village with touristic stuff. You can hike up to the very top of that hill and you can see the expanse of it. This was a church in the past. 19th century church. All right. Beautiful, huh? Fig trees everywhere. I always think it's kind of sad and beautiful at the same time when you come to ruin sites like this to see how nature persists. Look at that, this fig tree just going crazy. So over here we have like a little shop with souvenirs, but there's also coffee. So let's go see if we recognize anybody who's sitting around over here. Oh, there we go. I see somebody I know. Hey, look at that. It's my friend Tylen.
Hey.
How's it going, Tylen?
Good. How are you?
Good. What you got here for me?
Well, I'm having coffee without sugar, and I got you with a little sugar because it's not like bitter.
Yeah, I'm not sure. A lot of sugar is probably a good idea because I think your idea of sugar is different than mine. Turkish coffee. Fantastic. All right. So, just remind me the name of the site.
This is Kayakoy. Kayakoy.
Kayakoy.
Yes.
Okay. So this is an interesting place to kind of start this tour because we're seeing Greek Turkey, really, aren't we?
Yep.
So let me just go back up a little bit and tell you a story. Tylen and I worked together on a family tour in 2019. And I think it was even the first night we were out having beers in London. And I just asked Tylen, if you could do anything, what would you do? And he said, oh, I don't know. I'd like to run tours that would center around my hometown of Bodrum. And I was like, well, why don't we? So in 2019, Tylen and I started talking about this idea of running a tour that would center on his hometown, because this whole area down here, not a lot of tourists, Americans, make it down here. You think?
Not much. Well, there's sailing around.
Yeah.
Americans do come for sailing. Apart from that, it used to be a great tourist destination for the Brits. Still is, actually. British, Europeans, a lot of Germans used to come here, but not a lot of Americans. Yes, you're right.
Yeah, so we're a little different here, visiting a place that's unusual. So what I wanted to do also is I wanted Tylen to tell us a little bit about what he just finished, because he and Andrew got up to some real trouble recently, as usual. So tell us a little bit about the tour you just finished.
Well, actually not so long ago, maybe 24 hours ago, we were in Hatay, Antioch, ancient Antioch. So we started our tour in Istanbul. It was a great beginning, some food sampling in Istanbul, and then we said, the greatest food in Turkey, where could that be? Let's try kebabs. And where you get the kebabs? You get them in southeast of Turkey. So we head down to Mardin, Urfa, Antep, and finished in Antioch, Hatay. So we're in the southeast region of Turkey. It was a lot of kebabs. A lot
of kebabs.
And a lot of baklava. We even had a baklava breakfast morning.
What?
Yes.
All baklava.
Only baklava, different variations of it.
So I think some people would kind of think that a southeastern Turkey tour would be nuts because that's along the border of Iraq and Syria.
Nuts, as if like pistachios? Yes, we have a lot of pistachios.
It is, that's true. But you guys had no problems. Everything went smooth and it was perfectly safe
great.
to travel
it
down
was
there.
Great. It was, I think I had a lot of fun. If I had a lot of fun, I think they already did too.
Yeah. Well, and everybody in the group has told me that they thought the food was fantastic, but above all, they didn't see another American the entire time. No. So this is something we really like to encourage, is like, how do we as tour guides take you guys places that maybe you wouldn't see on your own? So southeastern Turkey, we're going to do that again next year. And that's Antioch, Mardin, where else? Gaziantep.
Urfa and Antep, yes, Gaziantep.
Gaziantep, okay. So this is all southeastern part of Turkey, and it focuses on archaeology, ruins, food.
Göbekli Tepe.
Yeah, what he just said.
Yes, Göbekli Tepe. If you're interested in the subject, everybody is actually probably cheering now. Oh my God, Göbekli Tepe is supposed to be the oldest shrine in the world. It outdates Stonehenge, let's put it that way. 12,000 years old.
Holy cow! So you've got prehistoric history, Christian history. Yeah, because you also go to a really important church in Antioch.
Of course, the first church that is called as the people of the church was started to be called as Christians, St. Peter's Church in Antioch.
The original St. Peter's Church. So they did some really amazing things, and I'm super impressed. So I'm here to start our second itinerary that links onto it. That's Turquoise Coast. So tell us about what we're going to do.
Okay, we just started our tour here in Fethiye. Fethiye, you can call it the beginning of the Turquoise coastline. A lot of people come here for enjoying their like a week-long vacationing on these gulets. Gulets are handmade wooden boats, live on board tours. That's how actually everything started. But these type of tours started in Bodrum. So next stop is going to be Bodrum, and we're going to go on to one of those gulets, handmade wooden yachts for a day. Visit the world's first museum of underwater archaeology, which is also a medieval castle. It's a St. John Knights, Castle of St. John Knights. And we'll be going up to Ephesus. How can you skip Ephesus? I mean, like, that is right there and you cannot miss that. So we're going to do a visit to Ephesus and Mary's Church, Mary's Shrine, and then we'll continue up along the western coast of Turkey. The Aegean coast of Turkey will go all the way up almost to the Dardanelles and stay at a town called Assos. Look to the Mediterranean or the Aegean, whatever you like to call it, that part of it, from above the Temple of Athena, looking down towards the island of Lesbos, which will be right across Lesbos. Very impressive sight. And then we'll finish up at the second largest city of Turkey, which is Izmir, Smyrna, ancient Smyrna.
Cool. Well, one of the things I'm looking forward to also is Pergamon. We're going to do Pergamon, right?
Do Pergamon.
I've never been to Pergamon, and this is a really famous ancient site, and I'm super excited about that. So that's going to be really cool. Although most of it's in Berlin, right?
Well, one of the major temples, which is the altar of Zeus, yes,
Yeah.
that is in Berlin. If you've been to Berlin, make sure you visit that and then come.
And then come, and while you're at it, ask the museum for their altar back.
Exactly. Also, if you're in London, you can visit British Museum for the Great Mausoleum of Halikarnassos.
I have seen that. I've seen the Halikarnassos.
Yes, okay,
yeah.
so we're going to see the site, which actually there's nothing remaining from it anymore. All the sculpture works are in the British Museum.
Hey, British Museum, Halikarnassos would like their temple back. So, along the way, we're going to eat really good food.
Yeah.
Of course, we're going to get some sun. We're going to swim, because October is actually a great time of year to come to Turkey.
It is. Everybody calls this time of the year as the second summer. We call it the pastrami summer.
Pastrami summer?
Yeah, well, that's basically the time when the pastrami they make is aged with the beautiful winds. Not super warm, not cold. It's just perfect temperature for aging the pastrami.
Oh, that's cool.
That's why it's called pastrami summer.
Pastrami summer. Okay, I guess we would call that Indian summer. I think that's what we call that. Yeah. Alrighty, so that's what we're up to here. We're going to be doing this for the next 10 days. So we finish on October 12th.
Did you finish your coffee?
I'm not all.
Yeah.
Do you go all the way to the bottom on that? Let me see.
You go all the way down to the bottom so that we turn it upside down and I'll read your coffee grounds. But that's not going to be on the video, all right?
Really?
No, yeah.
Okay, we're going to do that now. So I guess I have to go, you guys. So cheers to all of you. Clink. And we are going to have a good time here in Turkey, and there'll be lots of updates coming up. So if you have any questions for Thailand, if you want any questions you have about Turkey answered, let us know. The other thing I want to let you guys know over the next week is that Turkey is a safe and comfortable place to travel. And I don't know why it has such a weird reputation.
All sorts of things, which let's not start with that. It's just the beginning.
It is. No, but what I want people to know is that, like, Turkey is... It feels to me like Sicily or Greece or something like this. It's a beautiful Mediterranean country, and I think that the hesitation people have for booking a trip to Turkey is unfounded. It's a beautiful place.
It's super safe here. I mean,
it is, and very clean, very modern. So yeah, we're going to show you that anyway. All right, so that's all that's going on here in Turkey. We'll be back with you probably tomorrow when we're going to take a little cruise around a lagoon on a gullet, so you get to learn what a gullet is. So how do we say see you later?
Görüşürüz.
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 Görüşürüz. Yeah, what he said. All right, see y'all later.